Hold. It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From American Airlines Center in Dallas, tonight, the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Chicago Bulls. Our opening tip won by the Mavericks, and we're underway in Dallas. Lays it up and in.
No doubt about where that one was headed. Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight Finals wins. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
And the basket good at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Chicago ball. Runner's good there.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Count the bucket for 2.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
DeRozan with it. Down 2. To Young. Got it.
And I get it. I know why Indiana fans love Thaddeus Young. He's that guy that just shows up to work every day and is going to outwork you, outgrind you. They don't make players like that anymore.
And Carmelo Anthony, 0 hesitation as he knocks down the 3. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in the isolated set than CA.
Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Fires the 3. And the rebound taken in by Young.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Greg Monroe pins it. Carter.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
DeMar DeRozan missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Has a chance, add 2 points to the board.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot. I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That enhances chances of missing the shot.
Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Team foul number 3.
Levine to Markkanen. Carmelo Anthony. Tips it. And that's going to be off of Anthony, out of bounds. To Porter. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and then finish for 2 or 3 points.
Doncic. And the finish at them.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. To Brunson. He gets it.
I'd say his game is translating to the league just fine.
The assist from number 23.
To Zach LaVine. No good. No, I missed a short one there. Layup goes down. Well done.
This game is so mental. Trust me, some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
Bulls with it. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Mavericks. Anthony. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Greg Monroe sends it away. That's out of bounds off a Bull. New blood coming in for both sides.
Subbing in for the Dallas Mavericks, number 51.
Brunson to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. And that's rebounded by the Mavericks. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
For 3. Tough shot. Well defended. To LaVine. Cleans it up. And a putback slam.
Oh, you got to box out there.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Jumper's good. Tough make through traffic. We played one at American Airlines Center with the Mavericks on top. Jay and I back with more after this. It's NBA Monday on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Bulls have it. Done. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
He's 2 for 2 now.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Young. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Shot from the lane won't go. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Irving. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
From the painted area, won't go down. Here's Irving into the front court. His team on top by 8. To Anthony. Beyond the arc for 3. That won't go. Good look that time, but off the mark. To Anthony. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Denzel Valentine trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
To DeRozan. The drive. Right to the basket. Tim Hardaway sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Kyrie Irving. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Number 11, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Knock loose. Mavs have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To DeRozan. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. To DeRozan. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Irving. And score. Strong take. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Cruises inside for 2.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
So Wendell Carter knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Lee with the basketball. The advantage is 13 points. Oh, Courtney Lee. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Lee with the basketball. The lead is 15. You know Kyrie, zero hesitation. Buries it for 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Young. Runner's good there.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
The Mavericks signal for timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Irving. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. To DeRozan. Slam dunk.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Count it. Bulls with the rock. Levine to DeRozan. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for the defense there.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Fires the 3. Textbook defense. DeRozan with the basketball. Under a minute to go before halftime. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Substitution being made in this one. throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To DeRozan. Trying to cash in. DeMar DeRozan. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
DeRozan with the basketball. To Zach LaVine. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Greg Monroe at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. This big first half continues. Tight space with the crossover. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up. Put it up at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime.
The Mavericks have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Dallas Mavericks. The Bulls were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. Of course.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. DeRozan with it. His guys down big to Porter from long range. And out of Porter, so smooth. Catch and shoot, buries the 3.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Chicago possession. DeRozan to Young. Porter. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
DeRozan with the basketball. Down a bundle. Young on the drive, but his shot won't go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
The big guy, Greg Monroe. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game. Bulls with the basketball. Greg Monroe with a piece. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Young to Wendell Carter. Had a good there, but it's no good. Thaddeus Young, huge block. And draws the foul.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. To Chris Dunn. Scores from the post.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
DeRozan with it. He'll run the offense to Wendell Carter. And he hits.
The assist from number 32, Chris Dunn.
To Monroe. Irving. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Chris Dunn trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Irving with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Let it fly from long range. They need something to go down. It's no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Doncic to Monroe. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Driving right to the basket. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Another chance. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Jumper's good.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Porter had made his first couple, but he misses there. Irving to Luka Doncic. And the rebound comes down to Young. Carter to Chris Dunn. Carmelo Anthony with the block.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Levine to Chris Dunn. Shot in the lane. It goes down.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Down low to Monroe. Off the assist.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing the pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Irving. Monroe. To Hardaway. 4-3. Misfires. It's no good. Dunn to Markkanen. Good touch and a bucket for Chris Dunn.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Nothing going here on that drive. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Zach LaVine. He's now 4 for 6.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Cashes in for 2.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
A bad pass, and the Bulls have it. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. And a nice finish at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's a type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Irving into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. And scores.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Time for some personnel into the game. DeRozan. To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Fires the three, knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Mavericks are in the driver's seat. Dallas with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
Goes reverse to lay it in. Curling inside. From the painted area, won't go down.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Irving to Hardaway. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. Young. Nice pass to set things up. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
for three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To DeRozan. And count basket inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Tim Hardaway Jr., 3 for 6 now.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help.
Knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Young.
Entering the game.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Nice finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Hardaway to Anthony. Here's a chance from long range, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one goes down. Second and 3 is good. And he hits all 3 free throws. Chicago with the possession. Free throw good. He's able to polish off the three-point play. To Markkanen. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. To Young. Markkanen. Wide open look, won't go.
I'm the player that just missed that shot. Just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
To Monroe. Anthony. Beyond the arc for 3. Luka Doncic, marked man. Shot altered and no good.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
To Young. Over to the right side. Fires the 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity was hot going into the 4th.
Gets to the basket and scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Chris Dunn. Short jumper stays out.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Seth Curry lays it in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Chicago basketball. That's going to be out of bounds. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 22, Otto Porter.
From long range, that one off the mark. It's no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Anthony. Monroe. Deep left corner. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with no hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch. And that's what we're seeing tonight.
Full throttle. Right to the basket for the deuce.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Terrific vision. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
DeRozan matched up with Carmelo Anthony. Doncic. And stuffs it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
DeRozan with the basketball. His guys down big. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 1-on-1. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. It's DeRozan. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level 1-on-1. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Gets it in the right corner. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a 3-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the 3-point shot.
No, Carter with the rejection.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
The Mavericks signal for timeout. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Irving to Luka Doncic. Lets it fly from long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
From the outside, no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Big finish at the rim. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The victory to the Mavericks as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up for Jay Williams and our entire...
The Mavericks came away with the victory in this one. These guys did so much running and scoring in transition, I got tired just watching them. They ran the break with perfection and used it not only to score, but to tire out the defense. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Dallas Mavericks. The Bulls didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scorers for the Chicago Bulls.